In Aberystwyth, council bosses have introduced charges to park on the prom. They say it will help manage demand there. Well, our reporter Rhys has spent the day there to see how it's gone on day one. Rhys, so it's a controversial change, this, isn't it?
Controversial, I think, is a fair assessment, Andrea, because how many of us want to be forking out more cash from our pockets? Chances are not many. Now, it is a drizzly and grey evening here in Aberystwyth, and as a result, there are less people parked along the prom. But that wasn't the case earlier this afternoon. In fact, there were holidaymakers in who were a bit indifferent to the news. But the same cannot be said for the residents of the town. Parking along this promenade will now cost people in Aberystwyth, as signs are unveiled and payment machines prepared for service. But many business owners aren't happy about the move, worrying it will impact footfall and create a headache for locals.
It's purely revenue based. The fact that they are charging from 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night is going to be very difficult for people who live on the promenade and operate businesses on the promenade. I mean, if you live in a flat or a house on the prom or in a bedsit or as a student, you have to move your car by 8 o'clock in the morning and you're not allowed to bring it back till 8 o'clock at night. There's no provisions for residents whatsoever.
And it seems to have split opinion along the prom too.
They haven't put in anything about residents parking, which would help a little bit. The shops in Aberystwyth already are suffering, and if local people can't shop here, they're all going to shop outside. If you're on holiday, it seems like a lot of money.
They park where we live on anywhere. Any parking space around the houses and streets, they park now. And, they're spoiling the town. I've got enough common sense to see. They only care about their own pockets, their own pay rises.
We live not a million miles from Bristol, and it's quite more expensive there, We can't pay today, but luckily. But it's a little bit more expensive, isn't it, here?
Yes.
But I understand that, there's a lot of visitors, you've got to make spaces, they're going to stay all day if you don't charge, so what do you do? It's a bit awkward, isn't it?
Ceredigion County Council argues the parking charges will increase turnover and prevent cars from hogging spaces all day long.
You can't please everybody, and Aberystwyth is one of the last seaside resorts in Wales, if not in Britain, where promenade parking charges haven't been installed. It's been free, all the way along until today. If there are any major grievances and situations where people are businesses, for example, are finding it particularly difficult, then it's something, of course, we'd look at in the future.
The local authority says it's a change for the better, but drivers seem sceptical. There was a bit of confusion, actually, as to whether the charges were kicking in today or not. We did see a technician carrying out repairs on one of the machines earlier on, and most of them didn't have their covers removed until the middle of the afternoon. But in the past 20 minutes, we have seen somebody come to this very machine and order themselves a ticket. So it is up and running. And if you are thinking of a visit to Aber anytime soon, it will cost you £3.50 now to park here for a couple of hours. The hotelier we caught up with this morning said this wouldn't have been needed had they not scrapped over 50 parking spaces as part of a pavement enlargement project. But it's worth saying this is day one. It'll be worth keeping an eye on the situation and assessing how it goes on as we enter the summer season.
Well, everyone certainly knows about it now. Rhys, thank you very much indeed.